City Unified has 80 schools that operate on a regular basis. Today we are operating at 31 school sites. We're serving breakfast and lunch from 8 to 12:30 every day, Monday through Friday. And then additionally, we're serving meals in the evening at 14 additional locations from 4:30 to 6. Those evening locations are really meant for those families that can't pick up meals from 8 to 12:30 if they're working or things like that. So our biggest challenge has been our meal counts, actually. It's a good thing. We are approved to be serving free meals to any child under 18 years old. So families who are coming, they don't necessarily have to have kids in our district. We can feed anyone under 18 years old for free. And we're providing breakfast and lunch every day. So it's essentially lunch for that day, breakfast for the next day. So when we started last week on Monday, we were initially at 14 locations because all of our staff were told to stay home initially. So we served 1,700 meals on the 16th, so last Monday. 9 operating days later, which was yesterday, we served 29,000 meals. And these are all curbside. So we started rolling out hot food at all of our sites today. So our kitchen staff are cooking hot food in the kitchens and running it out curbside and holding it in food warmers to meet the needs of our communities. So it's been, we put our roller skates on, definitely. We've had a decrease in our labor force. Our staff typically for school nutrition employees are a little bit older. And so a lot of them are falling into that, not necessarily high risk group, but some of them are older or school's out, and a lot of our employees are moms and they don't have childcare. So that's been a challenge. And then just a lot of our employees also care for elderly parents. This is a high exposure, high risk situation that we're asking and kind of expecting our employees to work in. And so we're very cognizant of that, but we also understand we are deemed essential workers in this situation. And so we are working with definitely a decreased labor force. However, we're serving 29,000 meals today or yesterday at 31 sites. And so on a typical day at 80 sites, we'll serve 43,000 meals. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 40,000. Our district, especially our school nutrition department, we operate pretty differently than most nutrition departments. We are our own distributor, which is great. We have our own reefer trucks. We have our own warehouse where we store all of our own food. So last week it was a challenge because we were needing food quickly in terms of pre-packed cold items that didn't require a lot of labor because we didn't have it. And so that put a strain on the supply chain in regards to cold pre-packed meals because every school district in the country was needing those and they needed it yesterday. In order for us to mitigate that, we were able to pre-pack our own meals with the labor that we did have. And now we've moved because there is, in terms of cold pre-packed foods, there is somewhat of a supply shortage, but we're not worried about it because we've moved to hot food. We have no shortage of food. In our warehouse, we've had to reroute semi-trucks to our other cold storage to facilitate all of those truckloads of deliveries coming in. So we have no supply issues. We're just changing. We're trying to get our momentum back. We can do 43,000 a day. That's easy for us. It's just we flipped our operations upside down last week, and now we're trying to get back to normal. So we're definitely going to restart working with our local purveyors. So our produce company, General Produce, will start making deliveries to all of our sites next week, getting them back into a regular ordering system. Our local milk company and some of our other local purveyors of getting them, weekly deliveries so they can start counting on that income source. We're weathering the storm, that's for sure, but I think everybody is. And I think a lot of it is just we're all learning from each other. So we're all in constant communication with, our neighboring districts in Sac County, but then also we're part of the Greater City Schools hub of all the larger districts in the nation and seeing what people are doing. We're actually, today, we're sending frozen pizzas home with families with cooking instructions so that they can have a meal for their kids tomorrow. And so those frozen pizzas are being handed out to families that are picking up meals this morning. And so again, it's time to think out of the box, and we're just stretching ourselves to think differently because we have to. And so we see this, it's a humanitarian effort at this point. If families are hungry, then they need to know that they can count on us to get a meal for their kids each day.
Yeah.